afternoon, Green Valley.
On this week's episode of GVTV, we'll be telling you about the Renaissance Festival and GVHS's very own blood drive.
Also, what would it be like to be principal for a day? And the first culinary competition our fellow GVHS students are competing in.
Way down how we build our breakfast down and say my love, love, love. La 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 la, my soda, toe to toe. The fear is gripping me, but here I go.
Good afternoon, Green Valley.
Welcome to this week's episode of GVTV. Let's get started. Kayla, have you ever wondered what it would be like to have Dr. Palman's job at our school?
No, actually I haven't, Hannah, but being principal for the day would be pretty cool.
I would love to know what the students at GVHS think about being principal for a day.
Me too.
Hey GV, we're back again.
I'm Shelby.
And I'm Sydney.
And we're going to go interview some students on how they would act if they were principal for a day.
Let's go check it out. Miss Taylor, if you were principal for the day, how would you run the school?
I would make sure that everybody had candy, unicorns, and rainbows.
Thank you.
We would have hour-long lunches and scheduled nap times.
If I was principal for a day, if it was Monday through Thursday, there would be pep rallies every day, and Chipotle would cater the school, and it would be a great time. But if it was Friday, I would just cancel school. No one would go.
I would make the school warm by putting fireplaces in every classroom and cooking s'mores.
If I was principal for a day, I would bring recess back.
Thank you, students, for letting us interview you.
You guys sure would make some great principals.
Back to you in the studio.
Wow, I never knew the students here had thought so much about wanting to be the principal.
Thanks, Sydney and Shelby.
Wait, do you smell that?
No? Smell what?
Relax, it smells like the Green Valley Culinary Competition is going on.
Wait, someone's making food? Hurry, let's go check that out.
I think they already beat us to it. Let's see what they're up to and hope they bring us something back.
Hey Green Valley, it's Mark.
And I'm Lexi.
Did you guys know that we have a new culinary competition in Green Valley?
Well, just in case you guys didn't know, let's head out to some people who are part of that group to see what they have to say about it.
So basically, the culinary competition, we would be invited to an event, and they will have a recipe that they'll have to create, an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. They'll have an hour and a half to do so, and they will have access to 0 running water, no electricity, and they'll have basically a cooking or camping burner to be able to use. You have to be part of the Pro Start program, which is our Culinary 1 course, or Culinary 2 that we'll be adding next year. So once a member of that, then you can try out for the competition team. Basically, if we're able to advance far enough, there's possibility for scholarships in different areas like hospitality management programs at local colleges, culinary programs, things like that. There's a couple different ones that we know about. There's one that's tied along with FCCLA and their STAR events that will be in January. We have another one that is the Missouri Pro Start Invitational that will be in Springfield, Missouri in February, and then a third one that will be at Johnson County Community Colleges. Be very similar to the Pro Start Invitational. This is our first year of competition. So we're really excited about it and planning on continuing it and getting better each year as we move forward.
Hey guys, I'm here with Cassidy Dravick. So Cassidy, can you tell me a little bit about the culinary competition?
So the culinary competition, we basically prepare a dish for some judges. We're timed. While we're making the dish, we get pulled out for knife skills, and then the judges taste our dish and they give us a score.
Okay, and what dish did you make?
I made a spinach and arugula salad with walnut and mango nectar dressing.
Wow, that sounds super good. And what was the most challenging part, you'd say?
The most challenging part was definitely the judges walking around and asking you a lot of questions. It's nerve-wracking.
Okay, well, thank you.
Hey guys, I'm here with Hunter Hoagland. And Hunter, what are you going to be making tonight?
Salad.
All right, and what do you think the most challenging part is going to be?
knife skills because I peeled my finger off with a potato peeler.
All right, and would you recommend this to other people that want to cook?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Hey guys, I'm here with Maddie. So Maddie, what's your favorite part about culinary?
My favorite is learning how to make new food.
Okay, and what dish did you make?
We made a salad.
And what were you most nervous for?
I was most nervous about forgetting something that was in the recipe.
Thank you very much, Maddie.
Wow, I wish I could cook that good, but I do make a pretty good ice water.
Anyways, back to you in the studio.
That looks like a lot of fun, and I'm sure the food is so yummy too.
Thanks guys for all the info.
And make sure you give the culinary kids a shout out for all their great work.
At Big Frog, we make custom t-shirts and a whole lot more. No setup fees, no minimums, free design service, and quality that lasts. Come see what Big Frog can do for you. Fast delivery and personalized service. We print orders from 1 to 1,000 in any style you choose. Your artwork or ours, at Big Frog, we make custom t-shirts and a whole lot more, right before your eyes.
When I decided to write a ton of world-famous music after I'd lost my hearing, people thought I was crazy. Just like the other day when I wanted chicken for breakfast. People thought I was crazy again. How'd everything play out? Let me tell you about it. I'll bet you $10 that you have heard the tune I'm singing now, because I went on to be the best composer of all time. Then I went down to Chick-fil-A and ordered their brand new egg white grill. The whole thing was 300 calories and seriously the best thing I've ever had. So to recap, I'm the best composer ever in the entire world. And Chick-fil-A's new egg white grill is really, 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 really good.
Chicken for breakfast. It's not as crazy as you'd think. Try the new egg white grill from Chick-fil-A.
Here in a couple weeks, we will have our very own blood drive here at Green Valley High School.
A blood drive? That sounds a little scary. I mean, have you ever done anything like that?
That's completely understandable, but luckily GVTV staff member Ben Tata has the inside scoop on what it takes to give blood and how you can start preparing for the blood drive here at the high school.
Hey GV, it's Ben. I'm here to talk to you guys about the blood drive coming up here in 2 weeks at the Green Valley High School. Let's go talk to some students to see what they think the blood drive is all about. I'm here with Kyle Clark. Now, Kyle, are you afraid of giving blood?
Completely terrified.
What frightens you the most about giving blood?
Definitely the needle size. It's not too small. It's very big.
So what would make giving blood better?
Maybe a smaller needle and maybe not the chance of passing out afterwards. Not sure.
Okay, thank you. I'm here with Michaela. Now, Michaela, what frightens you the most about giving blood?
The needles. I definitely hate needles.
So what would make you want to give blood more?
Probably if they counted down more than what they do.
Okay. I'm here with Dylan. Now, Dylan, have you given blood before?
Yes, I have.
What is it like giving blood?
Well, it kind of gives you like a little sting in your arm, but afterwards it doesn't really hurt.
Okay. So what piece of advice do you have for anybody who hasn't given blood yet?
Don't be afraid and don't look at your arm.
Thank you, Dylan. I'm here with Nick House. Now, Nick, are you afraid of giving blood?
I am.
What's so frightening about giving blood?
My biggest fear is needles.
So what would make giving blood better?
If they didn't have needles.
Okay, thanks, Nick. I'm here with Jaden. Now, Jaden, you're afraid of giving blood, is that correct?
Yes.
What frightens you the most about giving blood?
Probably the needle part.
So, what would make you feel better about giving blood?
Soft hands, like someone is caring.
Okay. Thanks. I'm here with KT. Now, KT, have you given blood before?
Yes, I have.
And what is it like giving blood?
It's nerve-wracking at first, but then once they start, it's not as hard as you would think it would be.
Now, as a veteran of giving blood, do you have any advice for people who haven't given blood yet?
Well, like at first you're probably going to be nervous, but like honestly, like you shouldn't be because it's not that bad.
Thank you, KT. So Clay, as a veteran of this whole blood giving thing, what piece of advice would you give to someone who is either a first timer giving blood or someone who doesn't feel like they need to give blood?
It's a very important job. Everybody needs blood, and a lot of people actually need it whenever they're in hospitals and going through blood transfusions. And whenever you go in and donate, you can save up to 2 lives with just 1 donation. So I encourage you guys to not be afraid. The needle doesn't hurt or anything like that. It's just about 5 or 10 minutes long, and you just donate blood, and you could save 2 lives in the process. So I highly encourage you guys.
Thank you very much, Clay. I'm here with Aaron Neal, representative from the blood drive. Now, Mr. Neal, what do you do as a part of the blood drive?
So I work with Community Blood Center, and I'm one of the business development managers at Community Blood Center. So what I do is I typically work with area businesses and schools such as yours here at Grain Valley, and I meet with those customers and just help them with developing their blood drive.
Okay, so what do you have to say to someone who is afraid of giving blood?
So a lot of times the people that you may have at your particular school that are afraid of giving blood are people that have never given blood before. So when you're trying something for the very first time, you may be a little anxious or have some anxiety about giving blood, and that's certainly, you know, part of the thing. So what I would do is ask some of the other people that have given blood in the past and ask them how they got through it. It's a very quick process. The only actual time that you really may be anxious is right when you feel the needle go into your arm. It's very quick. It's like a pinprick, and that's really the biggest part of it. Once you're done with that, the rest of it is smooth sailing.
So what advice do you have to someone who is preparing themselves to give blood?
That's a great question, Ben. And so what I would give as far as advice would be to eat well and to drink well. So hydrate plenty of time before the blood drive. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks before your blood drive. Have your students start drinking plenty of water. And especially the day of the drive, drink as much water, hydrate themselves as much as they can. Eat a good breakfast. Don't have monster drink for breakfast, but actually have a really good breakfast. Eat some salty foods would also be, you know, a good idea. And then sleep well. Don't stay up so late the night before of the blood drive, and get plenty of sleep. Those are the main things.
Okay, cool. So what does giving blood help? Like, who does it help, I guess?
That's a great question. So in our city, we require about 580 units of blood per day just to supply all the hospitals in our city. So that's all of the main hospitals here in the Kansas City area. We go north to Nebraska, north to Iowa. We go east all the way to Columbia, Missouri, and we go west all the way to K-State, Manhattan, Kansas. We go south just around the Wichita area. Those area hospitals require about 580 units of blood. So the blood that we need is for all of those area hospitals. So all of our blood that comes from our high schools, they help supply our hospitals within the area.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Neal.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure speaking with you. Yeah.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. If you're interested in participating in the blood drive, mark your calendars for October 26th. It will be a Wednesday, and it will be taking place in the high school auditorium all day through school. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Well, that sure does clear things up.
I agree. Thanks, Ben, for the great information about our blood drive.
Hey, Hannah, did you know the Renaissance Festival was going on in Kansas City this month?
I did know that, but I'd love to hear more about it. Let's head out to Megan, Aaron, and Jake.
You may not have known, but the Drama Club went to the Renaissance Festival the other weekend.
Let's go see what happened. I'm here with Jackson Parrish. And Jackson, what was your favorite activity at the Ren Fest?
Probably seeing the 10th anniversary show of Bodily Harm. It's a show they have every year, and it's one of the better shows you'll see there.
Wow, sounds interesting. And so what was your most memorable moment?
Oh, definitely at the joust. Whenever we saw an old inside joke from the theater department, Blue Guy win his joust to the death, that was really awesome. So.
All right, thank you very much, Jackson. I'm here with Clay Osceola. And Clay, what was your favorite activity from the Ren Fest?
Probably digging into the best and the biggest turkey legs I've ever seen.
Sounds good. And what was your most memorable moment?
Most likely me going and bungee jumping for the first time in my life, which was pretty terrifying, to be honest with you.
Wow, sounds scary. Thanks, Clay. I'm here with Jarrett Dietz. And Jarrett, what was your favorite activity about Ren Fest?
My favorite activity in Renfest was being hypnotized for the first time.
Wow, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I only remember falling face first on the ground and hoping I didn't crush my bag of Cheez-Its.
Straight out in front of you on the count of 3 with eyes closed. You're gonna make that arm tight. Here we go on the count of 3 with eyes closed, a stiff and rigid arm straight out in front of you. 1, 2, 3. Bring it up now, straighten. Make that arm tight, a solid piece of steel. Make that arm even tighter now. Stretch it out there as tight as you can possibly get it. Go on a nice big yelling at the horse. Go, go, go. Get ready on the count of 3 with eyes closed. Grab hold of the reins and start whipping that horse. Here we go on 3. 1, 2, and 3. Go! Here we go now. Steer it to the left. Steer it to the left. Steer it to the right now. Everybody say, yeah! Here we go as we count backwards from 5 to 1. Coming back to the here and now on 1. 5, we're all starting to raise up. 4, we're all stretching. 3, taking in a nice big deep breath in. 2, becoming fully aware of everything going on around you. Eyes open. And 1, give them a great big round of applause. Yeah.
So what was your most memorable moment?
My most memorable moment would probably be spending time with a lot of the upperclassmen that I have yet to get to know better. And it was really enjoyable.
Awesome, thank you so much.
I'm here with Alexis Fisher. Alexis, what was your favorite activity at Renfest?
I would have to say my favorite activity at Renfest would have been the joust when we just got to watch Blue Guy rule it.
Awesome. And what is your most memorable moment?
My most memorable moment would have to be spending my last year with the people that I've grown to know the best.
That's lovely. Thank you. I'm here with
Liz Crawford
and
Athavia Shane.
Now, Liz, what was your favorite activity at Renfest?
I liked eating their chocolate-covered cheesecake.
That sounds amazing. And what about you?
I like seeing all the people in their crazy costumes.
Who was the craziest?
We saw these wenches and they were acting like super crazy and their hair was gross and they were like covered in mud and they married Cole Trumbull, so yeah.
I'm here with Miss Brown, the director of the theater. Now, Miss Brown, what can you tell us about the Renaissance Festival?
I think the Renaissance Festival is an amazing event and that anybody and everybody who can go should go. If you are interested in knights jousting and the spray of blood that ensues in the joust to the death, you should be there. If you like to eat turkey legs the size of your head, you should be there. If you think it's fun to watch people in all kinds of crazy, ridiculous costumes running around, you should be there. If you like to shop, hundreds of places that you can go. If you are into being slingshotted in the air off of a trampoline, you should definitely go because that's a thing. Pirates Plunge, well worth it. I'm just saying. There's even a petting zoo. There's something for everybody at Renfest, even sky chairs if you like to just lean back and people watch. It's a thing.
That sounds very fun.
Who knew there were so many fun things to do at the Renaissance Festival?
I might have to go sometime. Ha! I was just making sure you knew what I meant.
Okay, back to you in the studio.
Wow, that looks so fun. I'll have to go check that out.
Thanks, guys, for another great story.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. I hope you all enjoyed the show.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at GVHS Eagle Media. Have a great weekend, Eagles.
She may contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blocks.